And so, blessed afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Brewing Live, all new season, episode 307 for mental preparedness in the new landscape of living amidst the challenges of our present time. Brewing Live is a community service of DCAP Copper Republic, the home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines, and the coaching hub of Life Coach Philippines. We are now brewing a wellness connection, and we are doing radical healing series for this month of May. And today's live stream is dubbed as Practice Naming Your Emotion. In partnership with Life Coach Philippines, our heart here as a game changers is to brew mental fitness in our space and help nurture holistic mental health for you and the people that matters to you. So shout out to all the tribe builders and fellow kindred coaches serving in this corner of digital space and advancing life coaching ethically and authentically. Giving is a lifestyle that never goes out of style. So if you see the value that we provide as an organization, we truly appreciate receiving your stars or a love gift through fund transfer. Just check the caption of this video for the bank information or GCash account. For Decaf Copper Republic experience, visit Decaf Copper Republic inside Pioneer Center Compound, Pioneer Road, Corner Brixton in United States Capitol, Pasig City. We are open from 2 p.m. to 12 midnight. So we serve delicious plant-based burgers, sausage meals, and we also have healthy guyabano and mango juice and no calorie sugar replacement syrup and healthy snacks like mushroom chips, veggie chicharron, and tofu chips. For your favorite classic comfort food, we offer sausage platter, waffles, bagels, cakes, milkshakes, and coffee-based drinks, both hot and cold. So please check our Facebook page for the menu of the sumptuous meal and refreshing drinks or connect with Coach Rizal to 0917-586-1661 to bring the Copper Republic experience in your space through pickup and delivery. Our hashtag Save One campaign against diabetes is ongoing. So check out David's Faith Organic Insulin Wine and Tea and know more about the sugar regulator products to help fight the debilitating symptoms and effects of diabetes. So if you just join us in, welcome and thank you for being here. You may circulate the link of this video to invite your friends to watch with you, or you may also tag them in the comment below and give them some shout out, thumbs up, encouragement, motivation, and best just acknowledge and express gratitude. As for me, let me give my shout out to my fellow mental model collector inside B Learning Society by Master Coach A. We have just celebrated our 1 year anniversary, and if you are not a smart holder of the B Learning e-card and you are still missing all the perks that we enjoyed, today is the best time to take action. So connect with Coach Rizal to 0917-586-1661 to join the B Learning Society, the tent maker of the B Learning Homes for Mental Fitness. Enjoy food and beverage discount from Decaf Copper Republic and get full access to Mental Model Masterclass by Master Coach A, happening every fourth Saturday of the month, plus benefit from the 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. So save the date on May 28 at 7:30 p.m. for the Mental Model Super Adapter Mental Model Masterclass by Master Coach A. You will discover how to grow through surprises and stressors. So for more information and registration assistance, connect with Coach Rizal to 0917-586-1661. And we are now diving into today's conversation. Practice naming your emotions. So please do tag your friends, forward this video link, and invite others to join our conversation on radical healing. So it's really nice. This is um, before I start my conversation for today. If this is the first time seeing me or hearing me, let me introduce myself. So I am Life Coach Tricia from Life Coach Philippines. I am a certified co-actively co-create life coach and mental health coach by Master Coach A. I'm a scholar from the public speaking, the Coach A type speaker. It is a public speaking class where I journey and learn about public speaking. And it was a really big transition for me to really learn about how can I truly express myself through public speaking and how can I unleash my voice by being able to really uh, share my own story through public speaking. And I'm also a Master Builder Apprentice of Master Coach A. We build Tribe to help your unstoppable dream come true. I'm also a mental model collector inside the Be Learning Society. Like I've mentioned earlier, we just celebrated our 1 year anniversary learning about mental models. So imagine for the last 12 months, we've been learning different mental models that we might be using na may mga bagay na doon, may mga mental models doon na ginagamit ko na pala pero hindi ko siya ma-identify. And at the same time, merong mga mental model doon na nung natutunan ko siya is something that I can use right now para mas matulungan ako to become a better version of myself. And at the same time, this is really a space where together we learn. It is a safe space kung saan you will know you will not receive a judgment from other people because the fellow mental model collector respect and they understand. Kasi one of the greatest thing that I learned from I learning about mental models, meron tayong kanya-kanyang perspective. And when you understand na meron tayong kanya-kanyang perspective, you will respect on how other people use this kind of mental model. And meron din tayo kanya-kanyang way on paano natin gagamitin yung mental model. So if you wanted to know more about the mental models, just connect with Coach Rezzhel to 0917-5861-661. So ayan, thank you for joining me this afternoon, Coach Sean, Coach Ayan, Eugene, Coach Nords. Ayan, so maraming salamat for joining us this afternoon. So I'm also the founder and creator of Express to Dream Big Again Coaching Community, and my mission is to create a safe space where you can start expressing yourself at the same time. You can also help the people that matters to you to start expressing themselves. Express is a journey on their freedom to choose to stay alive and to dream big again. So if you are watching this on a replay, please comment #replay and do send us message if you wish to connect with any points that resonates with you. You may find the YouTube link where you can watch a replay of all the episodes of Brewing Live in the caption of this video. So please do follow and subscribe the channel so you will be notified when new learning video becomes available. So for today, let's talk about practice naming your emotion. So stress is a normal reaction to the pressures of everyday life. When we are stressed, we often become overwhelmed by our emotion. But if we practice identifying and labeling the differentiating between our emotion, we can better understand how we are feeling and take the right action to effectively resolve those feelings. Today, let's start practicing naming our emotion. Let's create a better relationship with our emotion by allowing ourselves to understand them better. So as I begin my conversation for this afternoon, let me ask you this question. How do you name your emotion? O paano mo ba binibigyan ng pangalan ng isang emosyon na nararamdaman mo? And how do you define your emotion? Di ba kasi kapag pinapangalanan natin yung isang bagay na yun, we also define it. Binibigyan din natin kahulugan kung bakit ito yung ating piniling definition sa isang emotion. So let me share this story with you as you reflect on paano mo ba pinapangalanan ng emotion. So let me share a quick story about on how I choose to name my emotion. So way back, I had an experiences in my life where I name and identify my emotion based on the people that I am with. So imagine, for the last 3 years ago, I've been naming my emotion based on how other people or sino yung mga taong kasama ko, nakabase sa kanila ko paano ko i-define yung emotion na nakikita ko. And the people around me have different way on how they define a certain emotion. And it put too much stress for me on how I can adapt on each way that they have. So imagine, meron akong kasama sa space ko na iba't ibang klaseng tao. And at the same time, meron sila kanya-kanyang perspective on how they define emotion and how they choose to really express that kind of emotion. So imagine each type of that person, I have to adapt. Kasi that I have to adapt because that was my way on how I define my emotion. And it's akala ko noon it is way on how I can really just escape the people around me. Like totally, I'm afraid of how I define how I name or I am afraid of the judgment of other people. So it's really funny because I didn't realize that time that the stress that I choose to encounter is like the time that I choose to encounter is painful. Also, same with the reason why I prefer to name my emotion based on other people. So I'm always afraid of judgment of other people. That's why I prefer to name or identify my emotion based on other people, but it put too much stress and pain with myself. I don't even understand myself that time. I need to keep on switching on how I name my emotion or identify my emotion based on who I am with, kung sino yung kasama ko. So imagine I'm just really basing the things that I'm feeling right now. So thank you, Coach Marife, for joining me this afternoon. So imagine that that's how I choose to name my emotion dati. Based siya sa tao na kapaligid sa akin, and totally hindi siya naka-base on how I see a certain emotion, but naka-base siya doon, naka-base siya sa taong kasama ko on how they define. Like parang ina-adapt ko kung paano ba nila dinidefine yung isang emotion. So, and hindi ko na-realize na yung bagay na ginagawa ko is yun din yung rason kung bakit ayaw ko magkaroon ng sariling definition ng emotion ko. Like, ayaw ko kasi ng stress. Akala ko, by adapting kung paano ba nakikita ng ibang tao yung emotion nila, is somehow escape on how I can be just a typical or normal people na nandito sa space ko. But right now that I'm sharing this story with you, na-realize ko na the things that I'm choosing is mas nag-cause pa siya ng stress sa akin. And it doesn't really help me on how I will understand myself truly, and it caused me a lot of stress on how I can be in my space right now. So are you connecting with this kind of experience or situation where we choose to name a certain emotion based on the people na nakapaligid sa atin, but hindi siya naka-base on how we see a certain emotion? So are you also have this kind of experience? Are you tired with the confusion caused by your unidentified emotions, or tired of not understanding yourself because you cannot understand that emotion that you feel? And you are wondering right now, how can I name my emotions, or how I can own my emotion? Well, you know what? This conversation is for you. So let's talk about on how we can really start practicing naming our emotions. So what I did earlier, just a quick story lang, a quick experience kung bakit it's really important we should practice. I mean, that was a story on how nahirapan ako, or I choose to not to have my own emotion, name sa certain emotion, and it caused too much stress in myself right now. And for today, let's talk about practice naming your emotions. So, paano ba natin mapapractice yung so that we can have that kind of experience that we can own our emotion. So today, let's start talking about the six basic. So let me share with you the six basic emotion by Paul Ekman. So I think this is I've been talking this since last year during the coaching team talk. So last year was the start of the coaching team talk in Life Coach Philippines. That was April. So I started talking about the six basic emotion, and by having this topic today, I've just realized how important the things that I'm talking way back. So, nakita ko not just the importance kung bakit ko siya dinidiscuss, but the impact of me of this topic, because I am also someone who struggled a lot to really express my emotion, and truly by being able to really practice naming our emotion, hindi lang siya matutulungan tayo mag-express, but it also help us to really overcome the stress, or to really ma-reduce yung stress na na-encounter natin in life. And it is the greatest realization na as I continue in showing up and serving, I understand more kung bakit ko siya gusto pag-usapan, because it's somehow na malaki yung impact niya. Not only for a generation like Gen Z on who are struggling to really express themselves, but also someone who is um, really or someone who really need to take care of her mental health. So today, let me share with you the six basic emotion by Paul Ekman. So let me just share with you a quick introduction of Paul Ekman. So Paul Ekman identified six basic emotions that he suggested were a universal experience in all human cultures. So the emotions that he identified were happiness, sadness, disgust, fear, surprise, and anger. So today, let's practice naming our emotion, starting the 6 basic emotion muna tayo. And as we journey in here, if you need help to really define more emotion, so just message me, or you can message the Property Public Sukan, so that we can connect with you. Okay? So Paul Inkmat also, the 6 basic emotions of Paul Inkmat is also used from the movie Inside Out. So if you are a Gen Z or someone na napanood mo yung Inside Out, you can comment #me, or you can comment na napanood mo siya or connecting ka, because the six basic the movie Inside Out also help you to actually, it's a really very helpful movie, because it helps you to understand more about ano ba yung mga emotions na meron tayo, or the 6 basic emotion, and how you can identify it. So right, for this afternoon, I'm gonna share with you paano mo ba maniname yung isang emotion mo, or how can you name a certain emotions na meron ka, or what are the things that can help you define your emotion, because most of the time um, hindi lang naman siya nanggagaling sa ibang tao, yung on how we define ourselves, but also from our experience. So actually, meron ako talagang graph, or a table that I use to really help me define a certain emotion. And for this afternoon, I'm gonna share with you what are the things or the questions that can help you to define the emotions na encounter mo. Like for example, let's start with the 6 basic emotion. Ayun, so thank you for joining me, Coach Lin. Ayun, maraming salamat. So ayun, sabi ni Coach Ayan, napanood niya daw yung Inside Out. So thank you for responding, Coach Ayan. So ayan, yun, watching the Inside Out movie can really help us to define the emotions that we are feeling. And so thank you for sharing that, Coach Ayan. So ayan, what you can do is grab a pen and a paper, where you can start, para isulat natin muna. Like for example, the 6 basic emotion. Ano ba yung mga 6 basic emotions? Sulat mo muna my emotions, then write down the sadness, disgust, happiness, anger, fear, and surprise. So the first question that I want to ask you, like for example, for happiness, how does it feels like? Like, kapag nafe-feel mo yung emotion ng happiness, how does it feels like? Like for me, yung happiness, it feels like I'm in my happy or safe space. Like, yun, ganun ko siya, but you can write other thing, or you can be more specific kung ano ba yung safe, ano ba yung pakiramdam kapag nararamdaman mo yung emotion ng happiness. Like, you can describe na nasa beach ka, or nasa garden ka, where you can see the clouds and everything. So, yeah. So, how does it feels like kapag nafe-feel mo yung happiness? Second question is, how does it sounds like? Ano ba yung tunog ng emotion na to? Like, you can write upbeat yung music niya. And that's somehow reminds you to feel that kind of emotion. Or, for example, you can also try to write a song, or lagay mo yung name ng song. Ano ba yung, kapag narinig mo tong music na to, it helps you feel, or feels the emotion happiness. So that is a question. The second question, what does it sound like? And third is, a memory when I felt like. So, ano ba yung last or recent experience mo kung saan mo naramdaman yung emotion na to? Like for example, a memory when I felt like happiness was when I bought something for myself. So it is something that makes me happy. So these certain questions, or these 3 questions, can really help you to really not just to identify a certain emotion, but to own your emotion. Like to really give yourself an opportunity to really own that emotion. And also, these are the things that can might help you. So, ano ba yung facial expression mo kapag nararamdaman mo yung emotion na happiness? Like, when you feel a happiness, pwede ka, like, you can write smiling, or we've got different perspective kasi on how we identify emotions, or how we define emotion. But that is a simple thing na pwede mo isulat. Ano ba yung facial expression mo kapag nararamdaman mo yung emotion ng happiness? And ay, pwede din natin lagay, ano ba yung body language mo kapag you feel the emotion happiness? Like, kapag happy ka, you feel more relaxed. So, pwede mo din siyang isulat na gano'n. And lastly, something that can really help you then to really identify your emotion is, ano ba yung color ng emotion na to sa'yo? So, like for example, yung sa Inside Out, yung color ng happiness or joy is yellow. So, you can also write it down. So, this is a simple exercise that can help you to really start identifying your emotions. That when you identify your emotions, it will really help you to have a definition or a name of a certain emotions that you're feeling. Kasi, like, ano ba yung what will happen ba kapag hindi natin ma-identify kaagad yung emotion na feel natin? Especially when we are stressed. Most of the time when we feel stressed, we get masyado tayo nako-confuse sa mga bagay-bagay, especially on what certain emotion that we feel. So it's really important na we own the emotions that we feel so that we can really reduce the stress that we are feeling. And you can continue the exercise. Like, for example, ang binigay ko lang na example sa inyo is happiness. You can continue writing down ano ba yung, how does it feels like kapag nafe-feel mo yung emotion ng sadness, and how does it sounds like, a memory when you felt like, and what are your facial expression, body language, and the color of that emotion for you. So those are the six steps on how, not just a step, but a guide to you to really name your emotion. So, ulitin ko lang ulit, the six basic emotions are sadness, disgust, happiness, anger, fear, and surprise. And here are the questions that can help you to really own your emotion, or to really be able to have the first step on how you can really name your emotion. First is, how does it feels like? Second is, how does it sounds like? And third is a memory when you feel when you feel that emotion. What is your facial expression on that certain emotion? Fifth is, ano yung body language mo when you felt that emotion? And ano yung specific color that represent that kind of emotion sa'yo? Ayan. So, after naming and having your own definition of your emotion, what's next? So, um, like, for example, natapos mo na yung buong table, and let's put it on a situation. So, ligyan natin siya ng concept kung paano ba natin siya i-apply kapag may mga certain situation tayo na face. So, if you are feeling stressed about a conflict with a family member, you can ask yourself, what emotions are you feeling right now? Ano ba yung specific emotion na nafe-feel mo? So, if nahihirapan ka to really matandaan kung ano yung mga sinulat mo, pwede mo nang balikan yung table and identify mo siya based dun sa mga sinagot mo sa table. Ano ba yung emotion na nafe-feel ko ngayon? And kapag hindi mo mahanap yung name, basahin mo yung mga sinulat mo. Ano ba yung certain experience na na-feel mo din to, or a certain, or may common na situation dun sa nangyayari ngayon. So, maybe you are feeling afraid or fear for a mistake that you made, and maybe you are feeling unappreciated for all the things that you do for this person, or maybe you're feeling sad about the state of your relationship with the person. So these are just an example situation on how you can start practicing to identify your emotion. So by getting clearer on the root emotion, you understand more of your situation, and you can more easily take actions or shift your perspective to resolve those feelings and reduce your stress. So, bigla ko lang naalala, pumasok lang ngayon sa mind ko when I was sharing with you about a certain situation. Let me share this situation sa'yo. So, way back in college, I ran as a student council. And one of the thing that I think tinakasan ko talaga yung emotion na nafe-feel ko, or I intend to not to identify the emotion that I feel, or I become more denial about the emotion na nafe-feel ko, is nung when I lost in a student council, nung natalo kami sa student council. So one of the things na hindi siya normal sa perspective ko, hindi siya normal na emotion na ma-feel mo during that time is yung sadness, the rejection, the judgment of other people. So, parang pinapakita ko lang noon was, okay lang ako in everything. And, hindi ko in-identify yung emotions na somehow galit ako, somehow sad ako. Because it's something na hindi siya dapat, feeling ko hindi siya dapat pinapakita. Yun yung mindset ko dati. Feeling ko dapat hindi pinapakita yung mga ganitong emotion because they are negative. And it will not really help me. But times comes nung after the election na naging part ako ng ibang organization na I become president, I tend to really filter the emotions that I feel, and nahirapan akong identify kung saan nanggagaling ba yung sakit, because on the first place I become denial ng emotion kung saan ba talaga siya nanggagaling. Like, ayoko i-recognize yung emotion, and dahil doon hindi ako nakapag-develop ng mga action on how I can really solve it. So one of the greatest thing on kung bakit talaga makakatulong sa atin yung practicing naming our emotion, because it will reduce the stress that we feel. Because when we tend to not to really when we tend to really accept and embrace the emotions na nafe-feel natin, natutulungan niya tayong isipin kung ano yung mga actions that we can do so that we can move forward. So running away from what we truly feel will not help us to move forward. It will allow us to feel stuck, and we will never grow from that situation. Like meron din ako ganun na bakit ko pa itatry na i-open up ko ang nararamdaman ko, ipaulit-ulit lang yung nangyari. So what if pala sinubukan ko siya? So hindi sana paulit-ulit yung mga nangyayari. Kasi nagiging pareho na lang yung respond ko, kaya paulit-ulit yung situation na nangyari sa akin. And I really feel stuck that time. So I mean, having this conversation, having this opportunity, talk about more about emotions, and to really practice naming our emotion, just want to really to tell you that it's okay to feel, and it's okay to feel and express that kind of emotion na hindi ka comfortable express. Find a safe space when you can start expressing yourself, where you can start expressing the true emotions that you are feeling. That the emotions na, ito talaga yung emotion ko eh, and gusto ko siya express. So find a safe space. Kung pakiramdam mo hindi ka safe, or you will feel judged sa space mo kapag in-express mo yung emotion na nafe-feel mo, find a safe space. It will help you, or it will help you to reduce the stress that you're encountering right now. At the same time, it will help you to heal from the wounds that you try to run away from. And this is one of the greatest thing na naitulong sa akin ng pag-serve. Kasi the more I talk about it, the more I share about the stories about the effect, or how it really helps me to really let go of the pain na naramdaman ko noon, na hindi ako nagkaroon ng pagkakataon to really express that emotion. It really helps me to have that acknowledgement and awareness, and at the same time to take action. Ano ba yung pwede kong gawin ngayon to really help other people who are encountering the experiences that I have, but to really just share the stories na meron ako ngayon. And let me also remind you that feeling those emotions will not, hindi mababawasan yung pagkatao mo kapag in-express mo siya. Because feeling this emotion will allow you to feel that you're a human being. And let me invite you to really allow ourselves to feel alive again by identifying and understanding our own emotion. Let's practice naming the emotions that we feel, because it's the first step on how we can heal from the situations that really cause us pain. And let me remind you that our emotions do matter. Thank you for joining me today in supporting the advancement of mental fitness. So if you are interested to become a professional service provider, either as a life coach or mental health coach like us, connect with Coach Rezzhel to 0917-5861-661 to know more about the Coactively Co-Create Life Certification Program by Master Coach A. We are now accepting application for mental fitness certification, a mental health certification, and internship program with limited slots. So make sure that you make the reservation with Coach Rezzhel. So join us back tomorrow, same time, same digital space, for episode 308, Stop Rumination Cycles by Coach Orville. So this is Life Coach Tricia, mentally fit to serve in behalf of Life Coach Philippines. This is us in the Philippines, Love Bamboo. So we'll see you again, and have a blessed day.
As a business owner, are you overwhelmed by the need to post beautiful, engaging content every single day? Are you left wondering what to write? Tired of scrolling through stock photos that all start to look the same? Confused by complicated graphic design programs? Rise Up Creatives is here to help. Each month, we give you everything you need to create 31 days of social media content in just 5 minutes a day. Customizable captions, curated lifestyle photos, a drag-and-drop graphic design tool, and the ability to post directly to your social media accounts. No one else empowers you with these 4 resources all in one place. Each month, we help you plan your social media calendar by providing you with 31 image themes and customizable captions, so you can quickly and easily create engaging content and grow your following. Simply select the image that works best for your feed or story. Then, copy the caption and customize it to fit your audience. 5 minutes a day. It's that quick. Plus, you'll absolutely love our drag and drop graphic design tool. Start from scratch or choose one of our beautiful templates to fit your unique brand. When you're ready to export your design, you can download, email, or post directly to your social media accounts. Here's the truth. Our world needs what you have to offer. Don't let technology or procrastination hold you back. Rise Up Creatives is more than an online resource. We're a community helping you overcome your biggest barriers to reach your greatest goals. We're here to help you rise up and be creative.